this is not what I want. It's just like, remove the photos. I don't
Like
want
delete
that.
them? Like
delete
removing
them,
them?
I guess, or remove her from the photo. And we're recording. Welcome to OOUX, I Did It Again. I'm Sophia.
And I'm Allie.
And this is our new YouTube channel. This is our very first video, and we're really excited. So OOUX, as in OOUX, I Did It Again. OOUX is short for OOUX, which is short for Object-Oriented UX, which is a philosophy for designing digital systems that respect the fact that people think in objects. We talk about it a lot. Allie and I are obsessed with it. We use it in our work as UX designers, and we both teach a lot of OOUX as well. And this channel is all about UX fails that break the fundamental principles of intuitive design. So we're going to look at some of the biggest companies on the planet to expose some of the most frustrating and confusing moments in OOUX. And we're really going to break it apart and look at why it's so confusing so that you can do better in your designs and learn a little bit about OOUX and user experience overall by looking at some of the things that may have actually frustrated you.
All right, Sophia. So show me what's been frustrating you. What did you bring me today?
I brought you such a good one. I am so excited to really tear this one apart. So this is one that came up last year where I was looking at Google Memories. So
Ooh, Google.
Google, we're going to go.
Good one.
We're going straight to the top. We're going to go straight to the top. We're going big here, and we're going to look at, and again, like I said in the intro, like we're going to be going over some of the biggest companies in the world that are known as being design forward and make really pretty stuff, but also make stuff that is so infuriating. So Google Photos has this feature, I would say, of a Google memory. They have an object, right? A memory object. And memories are on the phone. I did not find them on the desktop version. So Google Photos, my Google Photos, I have a little widget for memories. And I'm going to start sharing my screen here. And it basically, but like just to overview what happens. Memories have people inside of them, okay? So, or in this case, the one that I'm looking at right now is a cat. But memories have people. There's a relationship, right? And we talk about this a lot in OOUX, where we want to think about what are the things and how do they relate to each other. So a memory often is going to have a person or people related to it. Now, this came up with me last year where I had a memory and somebody was in that memory that I don't actually want to be reminded of anymore. Somebody that I'm not friends with anymore. And I was like, I don't want to see this person. And there's so many use cases for this, right? Allie, it's not just like a friend breakup.
No. I had a close friend pass away. And, there's times where you just don't want to see those memories and times when you do want to see those memories. You don't want to be caught off guard, And so, I mean, that's pretty important, especially when you're picking up your phone and looking at it all the time,
I know. And something like a friend who's just recently passed away, I mean, that could be really triggering to like just see that in the middle of the day, especially when it's new and fresh. So that might be a scenario where you want to temporarily remove them from memories and say, show me this person less, or just don't show me them at all, or don't show me them for the next 3 months or something like that. So it just needs to be a really easy thing to adjust, where I am looking at a memory, I see a person in that memory. All right. And I want to be able to grab a hold of that person and manipulate them. And this is where it gets into like, what is a broken object? I just threw that term out there. So this is one of the 4 main unintuitive objects that we're going to be talking about in this channel. Broken objects is where basically the noun and the verb are disconnected. The object and the action are disconnected, or what we call the CTA. So in Google Photos, you can do what I said. You can actually, and I can't wait to show you these screens of what you actually have to do to remove somebody from a memory. It's some steps. I had to Google
It's painful.
It's painful. I couldn't figure it out on my own. I literally had to Google how to do this. And what a broken object is when that action is disconnected from the object. So intuitively, what I would want to do is bring up the person and touch them and be like, okay, what are the actions I can do
Yeah.
on that person, and see something there that like is like removed from memories, or like maybe even like a little slider action, or like show this person a little bit less, and then maybe it goes all the
Uh-huh.
way and then it turns to gray and it's like, okay, you won't see this person at all. Maybe even set a timer for that. And then also to make it really easy to go back and see who you've removed from
Oh,
memories.
sure. Yeah, because what if you don't wanna remove them anymore? Like, where's my list of all the people I've removed? How
Yes,
many?
so how can I unremove, right? I need to be able to unremove as well.
Yes.
And I will literally have to Google this every single time because I'm never going to remember it. Even I think it's like 7 or 8 screens to be able to do it. I didn't count. I lost count. That's kind of a lot to ask of a person, and we just want to make things easy, right? That's what we're all
Yes. Well,
about.
and how much more use like nice would this be to have? Like to be able to do that with memories. I would want to look at my memories more if I had that kind of control and flexibility in it. Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's so important. Like, we want to make our products better. We want to make our products more, useful for people and delightful for people. And like, that's something that if you know that like memories could like potentially be like a little bit of a scary or triggering place, like, I just don't want to go there. Like, I might just, if you can't figure it out, I might just remove that widget because I'm like,
Mhm.
nope, nine times out of 10, it's great. But then this one time and I couldn't figure out it easily. So I'm just like, long press, delete, don't want to see it. Okay. And then trust. Trust is another thing we talk about a lot with unintuitive objects. Like, it makes me, because if Google has done something to make me feel bad, right? Or make me feel, well, also feeling dumb because I can't figure out how to change it. But like, just literally like making me have this emotion, I'm going to attach that emotion to the thing that brought that emotion on. All right. And to the thing that wasn't really listening to me when I'm saying, I don't want to see that person anymore. And you're not giving me the ability to do that. And now I don't like you very much.
Mhm. Mhm. And then you go find a competitor.
And then you go
Then
find a
you're gonna use
competitor.
Apple Photos.
Then you're gonna use Apple Photos, and we'll probably have things to say about
Well,
Apple
probably,
Photos.
yeah, I know.
But that is, as a business, from a business perspective, that is the last thing you want. Is you don't want your users to have these negative connotations with you, or losing trust, or feeling unlistened to. A lot of broken objects is like, I want to do this thing to this thing, and you're not letting me do the thing. And this is not even a feature thing, it's a placement thing. The call to action is there. It's just in the attic. And
Oof.
so the metaphor that I give all
Yeah.
the time, it's like the coffee mug and the handle isn't on the mug. You have to like bring the stairs down, and like clear out the dust and go find the handle for your coffee mug, or the button for removing a person from memories up in the attic, like in a box somewhere.
And I hate how often this happens in products. Like how often I'm feeling like an idiot trying to find, like, wait, I know I can do this. I know there's some place I've done this before one time. Where does it live? How do I do it? And like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
We
And
could do
like,
better. We could do
I had to
better.
Google this 6 months ago, and I like really don't remember how to do this. So
All right, take me through it.
I'm
Yeah.
going to take you through. I'm going to show you what it looks like now.
Okay.
Okay. So here is a memory with myself and my mom. We're so cute. We're so cute. Okay. So here we are. Let's say I had a falling out with my mom. All right. This happens. Okay. And I'm like, I don't want to see her. So, oh, it's her wedding. So cute. Okay. So you can do this, like you tap it. Okay, there we go. And it does this thing where it does actually show the people in the memory. And there's my mom right there. So intuitively, what I want to do actually is I want to like click on her. And so now I see her, and I'm like, I guess in this detail page of a person, so a person being an object within the Google photo system, it's kind of like a list page. It's not a great detail view. Okay, so I want to just like say, nope, don't want her showing up in memories anymore. So I'm going to go to the 3-dot menu because like that's what you would do, right? Let's go to the 3-dot menu, and I see a bunch of calls to action here. And nowhere do I see remove photos. Now, remove photos isn't actually what I want to do. It is not. So, but I'm going to click it anyway, because this is what people do. They're like, this is the closest thing to what I want, right? Like you've done that before, Allie, where it's like,
oh yeah.
I
like,
don't
it's wrong, but you're like, I don't know. I guess this is my best option.
And then there are those times where you're like, that's wrong. I'm not going to click on that. And it turns out it is the thing, because it's just like a really horribly labeled CTA.
Wrong, yeah.
So, and then I also have like, can't send feedback was another one that I clicked on too. And I was like, feedback on showing it in the memories. Okay.
How often are you going to use that? That's interesting. Share feedback.
Just share feedback. Okay. And what am I sharing? Am I sharing feedback? Since this is connected to mom, I'm like, I feel like I should be sharing feedback on this instance of this object, like share feedback on mom. Okay, but let's click remove photos. Okay. This is not what I want. It's just like remove the photos. I don't
like delete them, like removing them.
I guess, or remove her from the photo. Is it going to do some AI thing where it like removes her from the photo and it'll be all the photos, but like mom won't be there anymore? Like, I don't like really
untagging them.
Yeah,
really,
like
that's
untagging them, like untagging them. Okay. Yeah. And then it's like not. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to cancel out of that, and let's do the 3-dot menu again. Edit name label, remove, can't find photo or video. That does not seem right either. I'm going to do send feedback. Maybe I can give them. This is not what. Share feedback to Google. Answer a few questions
about your mom.
About my mom. So this is, we need a different word for this. This is not a broken object. This is like a misplaced CTA.
Ooh, because right? What would you expect that to be on?
Like the high level. It's like giving feedback for Google, the app overall, the biggest object there is, right? Like I'm giving feedback about Google Photos, not about my mom, but it's the CTA is connected to the object that it does not belong.
It's confusing. It's not in the right context. Like, why is that there?
It's not in the right context. Discard feedback. And there's a couple other ones like help. That's like Google Photos help too. Like that's, so none of these are what I want. So how do I actually remove my mom? Sorry, mom. I don't really want to remove you. So what I actually have to go back to this main screen. I have to hit my face.
Of course. How intuitive.
The attic of all CTAs. Just go into your profile. It's just gonna, this is like, this is what people are, yeah. It's like, where do we put it? Where do we put it? Well, let's just put it in the profile. Okay. So then you go
all
under
the time.
Google Photos settings. So then I'm in Google Photo settings. Now I go under preferences.
Okay.
And then I go under memories. And then I can hide people and pets. And now, thank God, mom is showing at the top. But what if this person was showing like all the way down the screen? Now I have to go and find that person from the list.
And you were already there. You were already on that person.
Right there. I was right there. We got a little shape shifting here too. Mom is she was in a circle over there. Now she's in a square. So like people are looking different. That's another video. But there I can finally hide her. And I'm gonna unhide her.
Unhide. You don't want to hide your mom.
I don't want to hide my mom. No. Okay. So that's what's going on with Google Photos. So the solution, and I'll show you. Do you want to see my solution?
I do. Yes. I've got a picture from your description of like a slider. I'm very interested in seeing that.
Okay, so we're just going to go over this example again. This is one other example, just so we can kind of like see all the screens together. But this example is my sister-in-law, Jordan. Don't want to remove Jordan, but she's in this example. Okay, so I see this memory. I scroll up. This is just what we saw, right? I want to like tap her. I go here, I get the 3-dot menu, and we get this menu that we just looked at. It's not there, right? So we can put a button there. That's my solution. Remove, and of course we would have it on brand and everything, but like we like to put CTAs on green here in the OUX world. So like remove from memories right there. Now, this is what it does now. We can see all these screens all together, so we can see how ridiculous it is. Okay, and there we can go and we can remove her. Okay, so the other way to do this is actually put that CTA even right on the people, okay? So actually having, you don't even have to go to the detail page right there, or long press. Like I try like if it's on the phone, I think people usually know to do like, it's like the double click or the context menu, the right click, like, is it there? Is it there? I love a right click menu. Love it. So right there, and then we can have that menu come up. And what about something like this? Adjust memory frequency, and you have a little scrolly scroll, and then some really good UX writing below would be really nice too, to say like, okay, we won't show you this memory more than once a month. And then maybe if I go all the way to the left, the whole thing like turns gray or something like that. And it just confirms we will not show them again. I didn't think through the like do it temporarily. That would be a bigger redesign. That would
like
be
a snooze. Like a snooze. Like snooze this person for a while.
That could be yes. And so that would be a little bit more of a conversation there. Totally doable. But that all those actions, just put them right there in this menu. And like what we were talking about before, I'm going to cross some things out too, because they don't make any sense to be on the actual person. Layout is like how you're seeing the Google Photos across all people. Can't find photo or video. It's on the person. And they can't find photo or video has nothing to do with the person either. It's just like, it's like your photos aren't syncing or something is basically what that is. And then we looked at send feedback. Help, again, is like takes you to like the help menus or something. It has nothing to do with the actual person. Those belong in some other high level CTA block or menu. It's an easy solution.
I love this. So much better.
So much better. So what's the principle here is the principle at play is in the real world, when we want to manipulate something, what do we do, Allie, in the real world?
We go right towards it. Like it's the object itself, like the coffee, like this. I want to grab this handle. I'm going to go towards the coffee mug. Like that's what I want to manipulate. That's what I want to do.
In the real world, I mean, other than like, yes, mind control or something, in the real world, it's very difficult to manipulate a thing without touching it. Like we just go to manipulate the thing. And we bring all of that baggage about the real world where our brains evolve. We bring that into these digital worlds. We say, okay, well, I want to do something to this thing. I'm going to like, and then I start rage clicking it because I'm like, I can't do the thing. We don't go all the way over to my face. Like I literally have to click on somebody else's face. I have to click on my face to remove this other person. It's so silly. Google. There you go.
We wrapped it up nicely here. Yes. Here's the bow. Here's how to fix this.
Wonderful. Okay, so next time Allie's going to bring something to me. I don't know what it's going to be. So she's going to bring me an unintuitive object and we will break it apart. The last thing I want to say before we wrap up here is all of these roasts that we're doing here, we are doing this from a point of tough love and also understanding that if you are a UX designer that worked on this or worked on anything that we are roasting, we understand what you are up against. Okay.
Absolutely.
Totally. This is silos. This is not having enough time to do the work that you're doing. There's so many reasons that this stuff happens. That doesn't necessarily make it right though. And there are tools that we have to be able to prevent this stuff. Okay, so we do teach this in the OOUX masterclass, all the ways to actually prevent this. And Allie and I actually have a new course coming out really soon. Do you want to talk about that, Allie? What's the new course?
So it is all about the unintuitive objects and our UX fails. So we are going to go, so we talked about broken objects here. This is a great example of breaking. We're going to go through all 4 of them. So we've got masked, shape-shifting, broken, and
isolated. An example of an isolated object would be as if I didn't see Jordan and Sophia here. Like basically there's a memory and there's people, but they're disconnected and there's no actual connection. So Google got that right. Like when for Google here, they actually did connect the objects. I just can't manipulate those objects. So we'll be going over all of those. And you know, in this YouTube channel, we're just going to go over these examples and the fixes. But if you want more of the theory behind it, if you want more of the fixes and actually how to prevent this stuff in the first place, then definitely you're going to want to check out that for UX fails course is coming out soon. If you are watching this later in the future, then definitely look in the link. We'll hopefully update that link so that you'll be able to actually get the course. Right now, the link is just going to be to get on the wait list for that course. And if you're ready to go all in with OOUX, join us at OOUX.com/masterclass. We have a whole community waiting for you there to get all into OOUX. So I think there's one other thing we have to do since this is a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Like and follow.
Subscribe. And all the alerts. Press all the things. Do all the things below. All right. Happy OOUXing, y'all. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.